Hi, I'm Kevin. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about controller overlays. Perhaps the first instance of controller overlays are from the 1292 Advanced Programmable series, like the Radofin and the Acetronic, way back in 1976. Here is one set of generic overlays that were included with the game Olympics. These are stamped from some polymer, others could be punched from the game's manual. Apparently, the console has versions with square buttons and versions with rectangular buttons. Not very compatible. The 1292 series is essentially a computer, so the controller is just a pared down keyboard. I think that contributes to the lack of imagination on these overlays. They made up for it with the box art though. The Intellivision controller starts off with labels on each button, but they're just numbers, not very intuitive. Now, these overlays are exciting. Just look at these. There is one drawback. The overlay obscures the button. You have to push through the overlay to get a response. If the overlay isn't in the perfect place, you might miss the button altogether. Now, the ColecoVision controller and its big brother, the Super Action, each had their own sets of non-interchangeable overlays. Here, though, they split. One covers the buttons, and one has cutouts. Neither is particularly easy to apply. The Atari 5200 controller was another bust, and these overlays are mostly as boring as those from the Radofin. They are made out of sturdy material though, and probably could survive your little brother. The Jaguar didn't need an overlay. The industry already had standardized on the direction pad and a few action buttons. But in Atari fashion, they went big. I bet some designer said, "Hey, look at all this space. Why don't we slap some extra buttons in there?" And the other designer was like, "But what will they even be for?" And the first designer was like, "I don't know, let's leave that up to the game developer and just use those overlays." Now, anybody else might end their video here. But not me. I'm not a quitter, and you're not a quitter. I was having a chat online about this topic, and nearly made a quip about not counting overlays dead just because Nintendo is famous for trying everything, and they still might experiment with them. And then it hit me. They have. That's right. I'm talking about the Nintendo DS. The touchscreen is basically a controller overlay that is built right in. It's infinitely configurable, infinitely changeable, infinitely overlayable. The DS isn't technically a game console since it's more of a portable, so that rolls us into the Wii U. The Wii U Gamepad is a mashup of the Wii and the DS for a full-fledged console, kind of like using a Game Boy Advance as a controller on the GameCube, except as a new product. There you go, Nintendo always surprising. So is this the end for overlays in the industry? Yeah, probably. You know what else is basically the end and always surprising? B-roll. Since you stuck around to the end, I have one more thing to mention. The Atari 2600 also has a variety of overlays, but that deserves a video all its own. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is how I'm going to start. Hi, I'm Kevin. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about controller overlays. Perhaps the first instance of controller overlays are from the 1292 Advanced Programmable series, like the Radofin and the Acetronic. I messed that up, so we're going to start all the way from the beginning. And one has cutouts. Let's start over on my section about the ColecoVision.